Stoned Vet. I hit the ground running when I'm invading your country. It's still with honor and discipline. Throw my guns like onyx, dressed in camo with ammo. For every situation I handle, they got us marching and stepping by my platoon.
What's up, guys? RNG here from the Stoned Vet USMC. Happy hump day. Damn, it's already hump day, dude. What happened to the week already? Where'd Monday and Tuesday go, dude? That's crazy. Super excited to be with you guys, man. It's hump day. We get to enjoy this time together, and I get to bring you a little bit into my world and what I'm dealing with, right? We all deal with our different things. We deal with life every little bit. Everybody's different, but it's life, and sometimes it could be a huge struggle for us, man. I want to thank you guys for listening in to the #1 Marine Corps podcast in the entire world. There's been a lot of chaos going on with the Stoned Vet USMC. I got people trying to take my name, dude. It's crazy. I want to give a huge shout out to my sponsor, Rafa 180. Rafa 180 provides you the best medicinal grade CBD in the market, hands down. Nobody can touch it. Like I tell you guys on every episode, not every CBD is created the same. Rafa 180 provides you the best medicinal grade CBD on the market, hands down. We all know about the people that we lose 22 veterans a day to suicide, but nobody ever talks about the 35 we lose to opioid addiction. So while I'm sitting here hanging out with you and this beautiful lady here to my right, maybe to your left, however you're watching the show, we're losing a brother or sister, and it sucks, right? One of the biggest struggles we have with life, with just the 22 we lose, right? We're all used to not getting sleep. We're all used to working and never getting enough rest. But when you're out of service, there's no reason for you to be working like that anymore. When you lack sleep, you start thinking about your life stressors, right? How am I going to pay this bill? How am I going to pay rent? How am I going to get groceries on the table? How am I going to feed my family? So forth, so forth, so forth, right? All that stuff starts adding up, and then what? Some people say it's time. I'm done. I can't do this no more. And we lose a brother or sister, right? So one of the things is lack of sleep. If you're having trouble getting sleep, go check out Rafa 180. They just updated their website. They even have a huge banner at the very top that says sleep. You click that tab where it says sleep, and it's going to bring you all these amazing products that help with sleep. We've got 3 right now. We've got 3 of them right now.
That are amazing. I'm real picky about what I put on there. So 3 are on there not because I can't find products that don't help you sleep. 3 are on there because I've tried them. I've put them in my store or I've sampled them and they just weren't worth it. So the 3 that are on there are because I'm very picky. And I believe that those are going to be the products that work.
The best things that help you with sleep, right?
I think that there's one that's not under the sleep tab that's called Night Ops.
No, it's in there.
Is it? Okay.
Yeah, I pulled it up last night.
We're still working on changing some things. The difference between the Sapphire tincture, if you guys are on there and you're looking and you go, what's the best for me? And you see Sapphire tincture. And you see the Night Ops. The Night Ops is going to have some extra minerals in it, and it's going to be radio frequency programmed, and so that's going to help your body absorb some of those extra minerals. So here's the thing: if you have, if you're suffering with some stomach issues, I would probably say let's try the capsules first and then maybe go to the tincture, just because I know Crohn's disease. We have a couple of people that suffer with Crohn's disease. We definitely see that the active duty clarity and focus and then the Night Ops are better options for them just because it's the CBD in a capsule versus a tincture. So anyway.
And that's one of the biggest things, right? We lose sleep. We can't get sleep. Our brain keeps racing, right? Go check out Rafa180.com. That's Romeo Alpha Papa Hotel Alpha 180.com. And go check out that Sapphire. If you're having trouble getting the rest that you need, like me, I average about 4 to 5 hours of sleep every night. That's on me though, because I choose not to go to bed till midnight, 1 o'clock in the morning, and roll over and have to get up at 5, 6 in the morning. But if you're only getting a little bit of sleep, don't you want that to be the best rest you can get during that time of sleep that you can actually get? Mm-hmm. I take the product every day, and the best part about it, it's 100% THC free. So if you're like me and you're getting drug tested twice a month because you self-identify and say you like using weed to deal with the shit that the government gave you while going to Iraq or Afghanistan, this product is definitely for you. I love the product. Like I said, I've been drug testing twice a month for the past year, and I'm still popping. I still haven't popped yet on the urinalysis. I'm still 100% THC free. It's amazing products. Like I tell you guys, the best CBD on the market, hands down. And if you're a cop or you just can't have THC products, you definitely need to check out these natural remedies that Rafa 180 is providing for you. They also have an active duty RX that helps with your anxiety and depression that has the same bioavailability All the minerals are programmed to be able to absorb into your bloodstream and get you the medicine that you need. So I'm super excited to have that. Whenever you go to rafa180.com, if you want some of the cool swag, you like this hoodie, you like this cup, they got a little tab up top that says the Stoned Vet USMC. You click that tab, it's gonna take you to a whole different store to where you can get some of this product. My my printer person said, if I ain't making any sales in 90 days, they taking me off the site. No more swag. I'm like, dang. So get over there to rafa180.com. When you go to the website of Rafa180, she's providing you 15% discount when you check out with the Stoned Vet USMC. It's a hell of a discount, dude. Especially on some of these products that, man, they add up fast, but it's natural remedies. You need natural healing. We don't take care of ourselves as it is, man. Mm-hmm. So I'm super excited. Y'all know Miss Summer. Miss Summer's always here. She comes on the show every now and then to come spend some time with this crazy ass SOB, right? She comes out here and she's like, I can't deal with you. I'm tired of you. I see you all day long. I don't want to mess with you, right? Yeah. But I'm super excited to bring her on because her and her sister got a new podcast dropping. She's going to become a part of the VTT family as well. Her episodes are going to be dropping every Thursday on VTT. Thanks to Nick and the boys over there with VeteranTrashTalk. They actually given her an opportunity to come on here. And I think it's going to be a phenomenal show, honestly. I'm super excited you're here with me tonight. How are you doing tonight? Fantastic. Tiring. I know you're tired.
Very tired. My friend Brandy, she's like my sister. She's doing the podcast with me. She's supposed to be here this evening, but I have a sick kiddo, so we decided to make sure we didn't spread anything, and so
part of the craziness that we live in, right?
We'll have to have her on again, and
we will. We'll definitely
an introductory.
Absolutely. The first show's supposed to be dropping February 2nd, right?
Yeah, because it fits in with my weirdness. It's Tuesday, the second month, second day, 2022. So it's Tuesday. If anybody knows me, they know that 2 is my number. It has been my number forever. Right. And so this is the perfect day for us for
the first episode to drop. And so with your episode that you got dropping, why don't you give people a little insight behind what you're calling it, why you're calling it that, and just why you guys decided to do the show?
So I kind of half-heartedly started a blog a couple years ago and never really pushed it or did anything with it. And my friend Brandy, she's just amazing. We have these weird off-the-wall conversations that we swear there has to be other people that talk the way that we do or think the way that we do, especially just with life in general. Both of us are children of parents that struggled with addiction or mental health, military. She was in the Air Force, and of course I've been going on 22 years with you in April. So the before, during, and after of the Marine Corps, just life, parenting, single parenthood, the things that come along with marriage. And she was with us when our oldest son passed away, miscarriages, just living life. And there are a lot of people out there that I feel that go through this difficult season or many difficult seasons and want to know, does anyone feel the way that I feel? Does anyone go through what I go through? And we're like, yeah, we do. We're over here. But not only that, it's to take the seriousness off of the everyday. Like, come catch a laugh with us. We can be serious, but sometimes you have to laugh at the crap that goes on in your life. And I've had a couple people ask us, like, especially me, if I was ever going to do a YouTube channel or a podcast. And I never seriously went anywhere. Honestly, being a mom and owning a business and homeschooling and being a wife, I don't have the same luxuries as a husband that can just decide to do what I want to do when I want to do it. And so I have to schedule it. And she keeps me accountable for hey, if we're going to do this, we need to do this. And it's amazing because she offers a great insight to many things. And I think we complement each other. I think it's going to be a great show. I think a lot of people can just feel like they're pulling up a chair and talking with old friends.
Relating, right? People relating to the nonsense and just life, right? Because that's what you're going to be focusing on, is just life in general, right? As a spouse of a veteran and having a crap ton of kids.
Yeah, so here's the thing, like I'm one that when people come in, especially when I had my brick and mortar stores, I have a lot of tattoos, I have piercings. Obviously I'm a proponent of medical marijuana and marijuana in general. And you have people come in and they find out I'm a Christian and that I teach Sunday school, and um the things that we've been through, and that I don't have a silver spoon in my mouth, or with Brandy, the things that she's been through. And I think that people start to feel like, oh my gosh, you're normal and I can talk to you, and even though you're a Christian, you're not shoving God down my throat. You're just expressing your joy with him and your life that's gone on with you. And um I call myself a radical Christian because I feel like that we're really just called to love on people. And although that there will be topics of God in my show, you don't have to be a Christian. I don't even feel like that you would feel like you needed to be a Christian to join us.
Right.
And I say that because when I had my brick and mortar, we had atheists and agnostic, and I learned a lot about polyamory, just like amazing topics from people that were in all walks of life, and that they share their lives and their journeys with me. And that's what we want. We want to share our life and our journey with you guys. We talked this evening about also having people on the show that we would like to interview that could share their life and journey with us. Really, it's like, hey, life sometimes is beautiful and it's amazing and it's crazy and it's painful, and we want to sit down and share it.
Right, absolutely. And so I mean, people are going to be getting the aspect of not only you, but as well as your co-host, Brandy, of
Yeah.
being a sole parent and what it takes
And
to
see,
be
I like that you thought
a
that
sole
you brought,
parent,
yeah,
right?
I dubbed this word soul parent because she's definitely a soul parent. You have single parents that co-parent with other people.
Right.
And I think that that's sharing the duties of little humans. And then you have fathers and mothers that are really responsible for everything. And I call them soul parents.
Right.
And she is a soul parent. And
Yeah,
I think
because
there's struggles in that.
when there isn't another human being
Even a
assisting you,
co-parent. No,
right?
yeah.
That's not
She's
assisting
everything.
you with
Yeah,
the parenting. You are the sole parent. And
yeah.
a lot of people are like that. A lot of people are sole parents. I'm like, how are you doing it?
And they say
Right?
single parent, but that really sounds so. I just told her one night we were talking, and I said, "You're not a single parent." She's like, "Well," I said, "No. You are a sole parent. You have
Right?
no
There's
one
nobody else there.
to
There's
come
no
and pick this
father
kid.
figure.
No, no.
No father
Right,
like type figure in their
right,
lives. And so you're both the father and the mother.
right,
Right. And
right.
so understanding a lot of people, I mean, a lot of you guys that are watching the show can probably relate, right? Because a lot of times, I mean, a lot of you guys been through 3, 4, 5 different marriages already, and you've had kids, and just the
Mm-hmm.
way it is. And some people that I've talked with, like, dude, I haven't seen my kid in 5 years,
Mm-hmm.
or I haven't done this, I haven't been able to spend time with anybody, you know.
Right.
And so, for a lot of veterans, that's one of the things that they do suffer with. Right? In the huge in the veteran community is having multiple partners, multiple spouses, right? You're on your
Mm-hmm.
fourth wife or your fifth husband or whatever the case
Or
may
not even
be.
being married, just having
Just
relationships.
having
Yeah.
relationship issues and understanding that. So, me personally, I think this show's gonna be bigger than you can even imagine right
That's
now.
sweet.
For me, and that's what I've told people. And they're like, "This is gonna be a huge hit," and I was like, "It absolutely is," because
That's
for
sweet.
people to
That's a lot of
understand it.
pressure.
But that's the thing, though, is that
That's a lot of
you
pressure.
feel as though it's a lot of pressure. But if you get a microphone on, and like you said, you just sit and talk. Like, people are here with you that are enjoying your company during the
Well,
30-minute stint that you're on the microphone for.
our biggest thing is that it's a no judgment zone, right? Like, life is hard. It doesn't come with a manual. It doesn't matter where you're at in your walk or what you've gone through or where you're headed. We really want it to be a no judgment zone. Sometimes we feel like we have to be to a certain standard to acquire friendships or to sit at a certain table with certain people. And we're just saying it really doesn't matter where you're at in life or what you're doing or where you're headed. You could be a CEO of a company, you could be the creator of a multi-billion dollar industry, or you could be homeless on the corner. We see you the same, we love you the same. We really are as excited for either of you to be at our table and enjoy our conversation, and it means a lot to us if someone tunes in and lets us be a part of their day. And so it's a completely no judgment zone, just to share life because it's dirty and it's hard, and I think that we need people We need people.
No, absolutely. I mean, you guys understand. You guys know. You guys live life. You go to work or you own your own business, and the struggles that you deal with on a daily basis. You're like nobody else has to deal with any of this nonsense, and you'd be surprised of how many people actually deal with the same nonsense you're dealing with. And that's the biggest thing that we try to do. If you guys have came over to my Facebook page, it's a huge community. There's not a lot of people part of the group, but I mean, the people who are a part of the group come over and join. But the people who are part of the group are there to help. You know, they're there to try to figure out, let's resolve this issue. What are you having struggles with? You need dinner? You need a ride somewhere? Who's in the area? Who lives in the area? Who lives close by? Because a lot of people don't understand. You guys feel like you're left alone and you're by yourself. When in actuality, your brother's right up the street, your sister's right up the street, and they're just as lonely as you are. Right? But we hate asking for help. Being a veteran, that's our biggest pet peeve, is asking for help.
Being a human.
You know? And so being a human, I mean, you understanding, I mean, you've been part of me for 22 years. And so to understand, I mean, I bet for you it's still a struggle to be like, as a civilian, how people think, as civilians think, you know?
Well, I definitely feel like somebody might say, well, what qualifies you to talk about all of these different issues? And I don't necessarily think that we have to be qualified to talk about these things, but definitely between Brandy and I, we struggled with homelessness, foster care, adultery, military, loss of children, multiple miscarriages, adoption journeys. So really, divorce, there's been a lot among both of us that I feel like at least gives us some kind of ground to relate and to empathize and sympathize with those that are listening. I mean, at 14, I was homeless. I was 3 blocks away living in a park. It was freezing cold, and I was curled up in a hoodie starting a fire in the woods just because I couldn't go home because my grandma hated me. Both my parents were addicts, and so I slept with 2 friends and let another friend borrow my jacket because she didn't even have a jacket. It was cold outside. So, you know, there are things that in our lives, I feel like that we can sit down and talk with people and relate to people and say that, you know, maybe we don't understand everything that you're going through, but our heart is non-judgmental. And we're sitting here.
Right.
And definitely as a wife of somebody that's a military person, and Brandy was in the military, you know, I think that we have our grounds covered on that. But I love my veterans who definitely, I think being married to a veteran and being with you for 22 years definitely opens the doors for things that maybe somebody else is struggling with.
Right.
It's not easy. It's difficult. I don't like when people think that everything is easy. We've been together 22 years. Our marriage must have been easy, or it's been easy for us to get through things. It hasn't been.
Right.
It's not easy. I've been more vocal recently that being married to a Marine, especially recently, has been extremely hard. And I think being raw and real with your emotions and what you're going through makes somebody else not feel alone.
Right. No, absolutely. That's why I think personally for me, I mean, even the people I've talked to the VRS team, Vet Radio Syndicate, Veteran Trash Talk, and said this is the angle that they're coming with. This is the angle they're coming with in regards to their podcast, and everybody's like, "Wow, like that's gonna be like a friend, right?" That's the biggest thing, though. That's what we want. When you guys listen to podcasts, what is it that you're listening to? Are you listening for business aspect? Or you want to listening because you feel lonely and you want a friend there that you can feel like you can relate to and that you can talk with, right? And a lot of us being a veteran, like I tell you guys probably don't like listening to me, but there's thousands of veteran podcasts out there. Hands down. And I appreciate you guys coming to hang out with me over at Veteran Trash Talk and listen to my nonsense for 30 minutes on a hump day to hopefully get you over that hump so that you can enjoy your day, man. So whenever these come out, you're able to like, oh, it's RNG coming out. Gotta listen to that nonsense he's got to say. That guy's crazy as hell, you know what I'm saying? Because we all know how crazy I am, right? Everybody understands the nonsense that I bring to the show and just how humble I am to be able to bring on the beautiful summer.
You are not humble.
To bring you on. I am humble to bring you onto the show, you know, but to be able to do this and help promote what we're doing, right? Because the biggest thing, guys, is that your stories need to be heard.
Yes, they do.
Your stories need to be heard. That's why Gunny Esterly over at Born in a Bar created a book to tell you stories of the nonsense we dealt with while serving in our military, right? He's got a book full of stories, and oh my gosh, every last one of them are like, oh. Yeah, it
I've
brings
read a couple
back
of them.
it brings back memories. You're
Yeah.
like, man, I remember that. I remember that. And that's the biggest thing because we always feel like we're left alone. Even Alexis Cassidy, she's even writing a book called "Your Call is Important to Us," mocking the VA because guys, we already know how horrible the VA is to us. It's like they always say, the VA giving the veteran another opportunity to die for his country, right? It sucks. But recently, I just had Brian Tally Man on my show, dude. He beat the VA the past 74 years. The VA has been getting away with malpractice. So, how many brothers and sisters do you think we lost to the VA system? It's sad and disheartening, but it's happened. And guess what? He beat it, and now it's overturned. Now the VA will be held responsible for malpractice within the VA.
Which is astonishing that wasn't something in the beginning.
It's crazy. Like 74 years ago,
That was weird.
that this has been going on for 74 years, and you can only imagine how many brothers and sisters we lost to the VA system and how many times did they have to pay out for malpractice.
Yeah.
It's a crazy story. If you missed that story, go check it out. Go to my YouTube channel, look up Brian Tally Man.
That reminds me of Beetlejuice.
Yeah.
Does that remind you of Beetlejuice? I want to sing the song every
Absolutely.
time. Sorry, that's not serious.
But
It does.
that's what it's about though. It's just he beat it. He stood up to the VA. He went and sat with Congress members in the Senate and in the House, sat at the same table they sat at and said this needs to be reversed because he got screwed over. The VA hurt him so bad and it's horrible. But by the faith of God, he is still pushing forward and still knows that he was meant for something bigger and he did it. He helped us continue with his mission, and he fought his mission to be able to beat the VA and allow the VA to be held in regards to medical malpractice cases that happens, man. But I'm super excited for your show. I wish Brandy was here, but like I said, life is crazy, right? Hence the name, right?
Yeah, so our name is Susan Crazy.
Right.
So it's kind of somewhere in between Carpe Diem and Embrace the Suck. So it's just there. And I am excited to have her here and talk a little bit more.
Absolutely. And I'll have her on the show before the full launch come February 2nd. First episode drops February 2nd.
We are getting our Facebook and Instagram and TikTok. We're old. Like, we don't even, like, my kids make fun of me because I'm like, is it TikToking? Like, I'm not even sure what this is. Anyway, we're going to get it together and we will start inviting people to our page before the launch of our episode. But,
be on the lookout, guys. She will be tagging people, hitting up all kinds of people. Definitely want to start looking for that Season Crazy. It's going to be, like I tell you guys, I think it's going to be great because it's going to feel like you're like, oh, I've been there.
If you're crazy,
I've done that. I've been through that.
I always say I teach my children to let their freak flags fly.
Right.
And so if you are not afraid to let your crazy go.
But I think it's going to be a great show. I think it's going to be an awesome show just because it's just you're embracing life, right?
Yes.
You're embracing what
There's no
God
other
has
way to do
given
it.
you, and you're
That's
just
it.
like, we've got to figure this out. Like, how do we do this? And you, like, I'm not alone. You got your co-host Brandy with you because she's been with you forever, right? You guys are always on the phone. You guys are
We've
always
been
like,
friends since I was
what the
15.
crap is going on, right?
I think that we've been through enough in enough silly conversations, pre-kids, pre-marriage, post-kids, all the drama that we've done, and have definitely been support systems for each other that,
Right.
I think it'll be fun. We have some really wild conversations that we can't be the only ones.
Right. We can't be the only ones dealing with this.
Yes.
Right here.
Or
There has
just
to be
silliness. Just silliness. Like if you
Right.
just silliness. And another thing is we definitely both, I think, consider ourselves old school feminists.
right.
So I'm proud to say that yes, in that aspect, I am a feminist, but I think that it's a place for men to come to because we do not believe in devaluing men. We believe in masculinity and that
Right.
having a place as well. And so I think sometimes guys hear, okay, there's just two women on this podcast. That's not for me. And they kind of start to tune it out. No, it's for you as well, just as much as it would be for a woman. And so just as much as we're about empowering women, we are equally about empowering men. And so
No, absolutely,
yeah.
absolutely, and that's great. That's what's great. That's what I think. That's why I think it's going to be such a hit because people are going to be just people are gonna listen, not regardless if they're men or women.
Yeah.
They're gonna tune in and be like, "Golly, dude, yep, I've done that.
Yeah.
I've done that. I've been there. I've done that."
You stuck your head in a pillowcase and thought it was a shirt, and then decided it was pants, and then figured out it was still a pillowcase.
Like, what is this? Is this pants? What is going on, right? And so, but it's going to be a great show. They'll be on the show again. I'm going to bring them back. Both of them will be back, so that we'll be able to get a good launch of the show.
See her gorgeous.
Make sure the launch goes great, because I know you guys that are listening in are great supporters of the veteran community, and you guys love a good podcast. You like a good laugh, right?
Or laugh at us at the minimum. Like, at least
Right.
come on to make fun
And
of us.
so that's going to be our biggest thing. That's going to be the biggest way we're going to go. We're going to make sure that we get a good launch going and get everything up and running, and make sure that it's going to be a phenomenal show. We can definitely hands down tell you guys again. I can tell you it's going to be a great show. I mean,
Lots of pressure.
for you guys, so you guys can relate. You guys are like, oh, this is a spouse and a veteran, and I can only imagine the stories the spouse has. Let alone
It's
the
been really hard. I think I'll still aim to be very respectful of our privacy at the same time.
I tell her just let it all out. Everybody needs to know who Sergeant G is and how much of a piece of crap he really is.
Okay, so anyway, no, I don't believe he's a piece of crap. Secondly, I do think that, there's a lot within marriage in general without being a military couple. But, I read something the other day that statistically, it's hard to get an accurate statistic on divorce rates, but it's between 30 and 50% of couples divorce
Civilians.
80% of military couples end their marriage, and 85% of couples that have had a child pass away tend to end their marriage statistically. People that are married very young have a high rate of divorce from broken homes. So when we married, I was in foster care, and we were together very young. We were married very young. We've had a child pass away. By the time he was 20, we've already gone through a child passing away, 2 tours to Iraq. Obviously, young marriage and both coming from broken homes. So there's a lot there just to start off. I look back at that and I think, oh, we were babies. And so, we're definitely going to talk about things in our marriage and to encourage people that are in the muck,
Right.
and in the valleys, that there is light ahead. And talk about those things for sure. But I think between Brandy and I, we have everything that you could possibly think of in a marriage covered.
Right.
Everything.
Everything. And what you're going, I think it's just going to be a phenomenal show. I mean, putting yourself out there for people to listen to you and relate. Because that's the biggest thing when you do a podcast. You want to be able to relate.
You're not alone.
You're not alone. You want to be able to, like, I've done that. I've been there.
Made that stupid decision.
I'm not the only one that did that type stuff.
And we have a lot of kids between us. I have 7. She has 3.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sure we've made any mistake that you probably made. So we can
Plus
talk about
some,
it.
right? Plus some, man. So I don't know. I think we're gonna finish it out now. Finish it out strong. You want anything? You want to tell these guys anything special?
No, just come hang out with us. Judgment Free Zone.
February 2nd.
Yep. That's
On YouTube.
Yep. And then
Season Crazy
then,
on YouTube.
Yep. Before then, we'll do our inviting people. We gotta make it pretty. We are girls on that.
And they're busy.
Sense.
They got kids and work and everything else that they do.
Put some pictures up and make it look good before we invite you over. But definitely gonna do that and then launch it. And any topics that you guys want to hear, we would love to hear. You can email us at seasoncrazy.com@gmail.com. Let us know topics that you might want to hear. We're definitely looking forward to interviewing some friends, hanging out, shooting the crap.
Just having fun and enjoying it, man. I can tell you
silly.
guys. I appreciate you guys hanging out with me on this hump day. Hopefully it got you over the hump. Hopefully you get excited about getting to see the new podcast. Season Crazy. Season Crazy, the life of a veteran spouse, and a veteran herself.
Mm-hmm.
You can only imagine the stories, right? You already know, especially if you've been to 2, 3, 4, 5 different marriages already. You can only imagine the stories,
If you
right?
woke up today, you probably relate.
I'll probably relate, right? And so I'm super excited, man. Like I tell you guys, huge shout out to my sponsor, Rafa 180, providing the best medicinal grade CBD, man. Go over to Rafa 180. That's Romeo Alpha Papa Hotel Alpha 180.com. Get 15% off your entire purchase of the best medicinal grade CBD on the market, hands down. Guess what? If you got any questions, don't hesitate to reach out to Rafa180 on Facebook, Rafa CBD on Facebook. They're ready. They'll answer any questions you got. You want to try something new but don't know how to go about it? They'll get you hooked up and get you on the proper dosage so you can make sure that the CBD actually works for you.
We're going to have videos explaining every product coming up soon. In February, we'll start recording those. They'll be linked to the Seizing Crazy YouTube channel, and they will be on the website, rafa180.com. You can click any products and you'll be able to see the video description for it.
Super exciting, dude. That's a lot of work. There's a lot of work coming down
for
this young lady. But it's awesome. I'm going to try to help her as much as I can and doing whatever I can, man. I appreciate you guys hanging out with me. I appreciate you coming on the show, promoting what you got coming for everybody else.
Say that.
No, I don't. I don't have to say that, man.
Because when the camera goes off, we're still here.
We're still here, man. You want some of the swag? Go check out Rafa180.com. Go click that Stoned Vet USMC tab. Get you some awesome swag, dude. Help promote the show. Help promote your show, man. Get it out there so people can see what you're listening to. And we can bring more guests on the show. More advocates for cannabis and life in general, man. Remember, guys, you are important. There's nobody like you. You are needed on this earth. We need you here because can't nobody do what you do, man. Remember, guys, you are loved. We do care about you. Remember, hit the Stoned Vet. We got you 6.
I stay alert for my enemies trying to do me some harm. I fight for your freedom of speech and your right to bear arms. When I say I got your 6, that means I got your back. But what else would you expect coming from the Stoned Vet? 1, 2, 3, 4 for my country, I go hardcore. Army, Navy, Air Force, Coast Guard, Marine. The Stoned Vet, Stoned Vet, the Stoned Vet, Stoned Vet, the Stoned Vet, Stoned Vet, the Stoned Vet.